about how much Bitcoin you need to retire, because for a lot of people, they think they need a hell of a lot more than they actually do. Live telly, take two. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this. We're Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company, and we've literally helped at this stage thousands of people to set up pensions so they can retire early using Bitcoin's volatility. If that sounds good and you want to find out more about what we do, bitcoinwithdinny.com, Google us. Things have been super busy lately with the Bitcoin Ireland conference. It's coming together amazing. We're only 3 weeks out from it. It's going to be the biggest and best Bitcoin Ireland conference by far. We've really leveled up. We've really 10x'd it this time. One of the most recommended books that I recommend to people when they're interested in figuring out Bitcoin, learn about Bitcoin, is a book by Knut called Everything Divided by 21 Million. So I got one better. Rather than recommending a book, we're bringing the man to the conference. So Knut's going to be there in person. Daniel Prince is coming. I'm not even going to name them because I'll forget people. But we've basically 35 top-notch speakers. We've got Wall Streeters, ex-traders, portfolio managers, serious financial players. It's going to be unbelievable. And ticket sales are through the roof, which is awesome. We're hoping to have the event sold out before the actual event. So if you are coming, make sure you get your ticket. Go to bitcoinireland.eu. When it comes to retiring off Bitcoin, most people are overestimating the amount of Bitcoin that they need to retire. The irony is that most of the guys who are following this channel for maybe 2 years, you already own enough Bitcoin to retire if you've listened to a quarter of what I've talked about and you've took some action on it. Unfortunately, with retail, I had this discussion with my Retire Early Club, which reminds me, Retire Early Club, we're meeting tonight. We meet every fortnight and have a discussion of macro and everything. Bring on expert guests and just basically teach you how to retire early. But to me, what seems to be happening here, and I know it's not happening to you guys, but maybe if you're someone new, I'd encourage you to subscribe because it's happening. Retail are being left behind on Bitcoin. The retail interest just isn't here anymore. Like, it'll return, but you know, the manic, everyone's talking about crypto. My friends telling me about this coin. Johnny down the road has started up an NFT project. Mick is in a DeFi thing, and he wants me to take a look at it. Like, none of that's happening anymore. Retail are just left behind, and there's 2 reasons I think for that. The first reason is inflation and currency debasement has crucified retail, that they just don't have enough money to spend or money to throw around anymore. Because when I look at what the cost of things is now, like my money is 25% less valuable. 80% of all the dollars in existence were printed after 2020. Now remember, when us Bitcoiners, and we quote the dollar's the best of a bad bunch, okay? So whatever the situation is with the dollar, the euro's an absolute piece of crap compared to it, okay? So money was diluted so heavily during fucking, I don't even know if you're allowed to mention it. That's how pathetic the world is. You know what I'm talking about. But the thing that happened in 2020, that was a total scam. Total overreaction, total government overreach. And if that didn't show you why you need to own Bitcoin to have freedom of choice, freedom of movement, freedom of your money, well then you deserve to walk off the cliff with the rest of them. Because digital euro is coming at the end of this year. They've got to get it launched by, I think it's October 2025, either do or don't. So man, when that thing launches, it's the end of freedom for normies. It's the beginning of the end. It's welcome to, social credit score and loads of nasty stuff. We won't even go there. But people overestimate the amount of Bitcoin that they need to own, and retail, they just don't have the capital at the moment because they're so crucified. Their money was literally halved in value. So if they used to have 500 quid left over at the end of the month for, saving, having the crack, whatever, now they have 250. It's still 500 quid. This is how they trick you. But in purchasing power, it only buys you what 250 quid bought you in 2020. So that's my first reason. Retail, they just don't have enough money. They're poor. Their governments basically stole their money by diluting the money supply, and that's how they service their debt. And most people don't understand that, and that's why they go to work and they just think they need to work harder. Don't need to work harder, you need education, you need to work smarter, and then you can work less hard. That's the beauty of it. And the information is out there. We're in the information age, so it's not a case of, oh, I don't know, I can't know. People are telling you it. I bloody teach the thing. I've taught 1,000 people, and I think we've got 1,000 people now through the Retire Early Club over the years. The second reason, okay, is the price. The price of Bitcoin's 100k. You know what I mean? It's thereabouts. Cost 10 grand. I talk in dollars. Global markets are in dollars. If you want to be in finance, I think it's better talking dollars. But like, it's 10 grand now to get 0.1 of a Bitcoin, and 10 grand's a chunk of change, especially to someone who doesn't understand Bitcoin. You're not going to chuck 10 grand into something that you don't really understand. Because remember, normies, normal people, when they come to crypto, they see Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's all the same. It's all just cryptocurrency. They haven't done the 200 hours work to realize, holy shit, nothing is like Bitcoin. Nothing can ever be like Bitcoin. Nobody controls Bitcoin. Nobody can stop Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is programmed to go up in purchasing power forever. Once the penny drops and you understand those couple of things I just listed off, plus there's way more, you realize, okay, so Bitcoin's different, I need to own it. But most people, that takes them about 4 years for those who get it. And I have people who join my Retire Early Club and they've been in Bitcoin, crypto, 5-6 years and they still haven't gotten it. And literally after 2 weeks or one consultation, they go, holy shit, Dinny, I get it now. You just explained it in a different way. All the questions and concerns I had that I couldn't find answers to on the internet, you've answered them all. I get it now. Man, didn't I screw up big time. And I'm like, you didn't screw up, it's still early. A cyclist just owning the road. Probably shake his fist at people when they drive by them. I used to cycle, but man, I detest these cyclists. You know, these lads hanging out of Lycra and they think they're in the Tour de France. And they... Let me have my rant. Ride a motorbike. How you be safe on a motorbike is you assume you're invisible. Okay? These idiots on bicycles assume everyone can see them. So we're at a junction there, all the traffic stopped, no one can come out, but the cyclist just bangs out. Not a computer, you know, these lads training. 4 stone overweight on a bicycle, training. Has to get it in, can't wait for a second. Anyway, we'll move on from them. Maybe you're one of them. Don't worry, I cycle as well, but I don't cycle like an asshole. These people give us a terrible reputation. That's why they piss me off. So yeah, if you're on a bicycle, assume you're invisible and you'll never die. Assume everyone can see you and you might get squashed. That's pretty much good advice for riding a motorbike, riding a bicycle. But retail are being left behind because they think the price is too expensive. But how much do you actually need to retire? Anyone who owns 0.1 of a Bitcoin today and they're in their 40s, you'll have such a comfortable retirement. Here's another fact. Anyone who owns 0.1 of a Bitcoin and they're in their 50s, you have enough to retire. You have your retirement sorted. You have a pension. All you have to do is not screw it up. Okay, the products that are coming, you can leverage it for cash flow. You can just live off the capital appreciation. It doesn't matter. You're sorted. But here's the fact. 0.01 of a Bitcoin will be enough to retire people who are in their 40s. 0.01 of a Bitcoin. What's that? 2 grand? See, people don't see what's happening. They can't see where we're... They haven't done the work that we've done. They haven't spoke to the people we've spoken to, and they haven't consumed the content that we've consumed. And they don't understand it, all right? And all my life, without blowing smoke up my ass, all my life, every trend that I've got onto, I've been dead right and I've been dead early. And it means for a couple of years, people think you're a raving lunatic, and then they're just pissed off they didn't see it. Okay, it was the same with social media. When I started going live on social media, before you could even go live on Facebook, I was doing live videos, and that allowed me to scale my businesses beyond all my competitors, to find opportunities and to ultimately, you know, create enough assets to be financially retired, I guess. Fasting was the same. You're seeing the celebrities catch on to fasting. I've been fasting for over a decade. I have a company called Fasting With Dinny. We're super busy at the moment. I'm on my day 4 of a fast, 5-day fast. I do this all the time. It's so fucking easy. It's just your brainwashed and your body runs like a piece of shit that you're not able to do it because you listen to all the fiat nonsense and the fiat bullshit and you have the fiat way. And Bitcoin put it all together to me. I was like, why does no one understand fasting? This is like so easy, and So amazing, and there's nothing you can buy. No billionaire on the planet can spend enough money to get the benefits that I'm getting today by my body going through cellular autophagy. So, case in point, I'm always early, and I'm always right, and I'm fucking dead right on this one. Dead fucking right. And in a decade, all the idiots who coulda, woulda, shoulda, who were going to, who didn't have the time, are just going to be filled with regret. I'd be like, that lad was a raving lunatic idiot, and he told me, because never before have I been so adamant in trying to push people into it, because we can see where we're going. So I would say to you, if you can get to 0.01 of a Bitcoin as fast as possible, that's a better pension than 20 years contributing to a regular financial pension. Because I've got people in my retiree club who contribute to the traditional pension for decades, okay? And then by learning Bitcoin, 2, 3, 4 is the max years, because I'm only in business 4 years, 5 years almost. They've created more wealth through their pension vehicle, using the knowledge of Bitcoin, using proxies, and getting it exposed to Bitcoin, which you can do. So you don't have to hold the private keys. You don't even have to touch the Bitcoin. You can get it. You can get the capital appreciation. And in a handful of years, you can do more than decades in a shitty ass pension. Pensions are a scam. I encourage you. We had a pension expert in 2 weeks ago in Retiree Club. It's all recorded. You can go back if you join and figure it out. But when it's marked out, they're a total scam. And if you have a pension, you must hate your money, and you must love working harder. Because if you understood the thing, you wouldn't own the thing. Not the way they want you to own it. You wouldn't own the shitty products that they put you into. Okay? Remember? Well, don't remember. You probably don't know this. They're salesmen. But they're not working for you. They're working for the insurance companies. Alright? And you think they're working for you. That's the problem. But anyway, most of you is probably well wide to that. And you figure that out, and you ain't wasting your money. And again, I built my own pension. That's how I retired early, because I didn't. When it was explained to me, I was like, I take all the risks, someone else makes all the money, and they dangle this little carrot of tax incentive, but maybe they change the rules when I get to the pension age. Fuck that! Give me the money, I'll manage the money, I'll accumulate the assets, I'll be retired early. But yeah, I have pretty strong feelings on them, because this is a scam. Normal people slaving away. You're not designed to go to work today. I'm going to work in the office for 2 hours. And that's the first bit of work I'll have done this week. And that'll be it. And I'm not gloating, I'm just saying, you're not designed to fucking give up the best of your life to do this shit. And you're not going to fix it today or tomorrow, but if you fucking start to build something today, and you figure out if it's a scam, and you start hanging around the people who figure it out, okay, work towards it. 10 years ago, I was in the system, I was in the scam. But I knew there was a better way, and I started working towards it. And in a decade, I totally flipped my life around. From being a slave to the fiat system to being free. And to be able to go in, it's like the Matrix, I can pop in and out when I want. Okay? If I want to earn some money, if I want to go to work, if I want to do fun things, because I enjoy, basically I'm helping a guy with a multi-sig wallet this morning. It's technical and he can't do it, and I can, and it's fun, and I enjoy it, and I get paid for it, so why not? But that's the beauty of it. You can get in now the Matrix. You're not stuck in the fucker. But you got to start working on it today, and it's not going to be fixed tomorrow. It's not even going to be fixed next year. Probably not going to be fixed in 3 years, guys. It took me a decade, but that was without Bitcoin. I think by using Bitcoin now, you've got the fucking express route. You've got the motorway. I was on the back roads with grass in the middle because I didn't understand Bitcoin. Didn't use Bitcoin. I done it the old-fashioned way of just working like an asshole. Giving away all my time. But building the asset portfolio and figuring out money and not saving in currency and using risk. Well, it can be done. So the price of Bitcoin doesn't matter. You need 0.01 of a Bitcoin to retire early, provided you're not 66 and looking to retire like tomorrow. Anyone watching this video who's in their 40s, retirement age when you get there is going to be somewhere in the 70s. It's obvious, okay? Remember, they pushed it out to 67. You think that's not going to happen because pensions are a Ponzi scheme. The people who are getting paid on their pensions today, that money is coming from you paying into your pension. It's a Ponzi, okay? So when you get there, the money may or may not be there. I don't think it will be there. I think the government's going to have to bail in. I think they're going to have to debase the currency. So no matter what the nominal figure is, the purchasing power of it is going to be worth sweet fuck all. Sorry for all the cursing this morning. It's been a while, so I had to get a few rants out. It's a beautiful sunny day. If you're exposed to Bitcoin now, you've no worries in life, guys. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Bitcoin for your wealth, fasting for your health. Life is fucking easy, guys, if you can do those things. If you're interested in fasting, check out Fasting with Dinny. We guide you through the process. It's hard, but guess what? When you do hard things in life, life becomes fucking amazing, and you get things that people who can't do the hard things can never get or achieve. And that's why you got to learn to do hard things, unless you don't want the things. Your choice, baby. Have a super day, guys. Thanks for hitting the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Become part of the community. Get your ticket for the Bitcoin Ireland conference. It's going to be fucking awesome this year. It's how you get in a room full of hustlers, a room full of people who are on a journey to retire early, or around people who are retired early, or around people who've built wealth, built companies, and have opportunities, and you want to meet them. So you're not going to get it sitting at home going, well, I was going to go, but I didn't want to sit in traffic and go there. Jesus, the tickets are £100 or whatever price they are, just discount codes. I don't want to bleed and find an opportunity if it cost me £100. This is life, guys. This is life. You got to take the opportunities. Dinny out. Have a super day.